This is the Leading Ladies Podcast with Karen Gray, the show that takes you around the world to share interviews with some of the most successful and relevant people on the planet. Hear their stories and get the most important business lessons they've learned on their road to success, and get exclusive access on how to implement their success into your life and business. The Leading Ladies Podcast is brought to you by the Strategic Advisor Board and your host, Karen Gray.
Hey, are you looking to scale your business from 5 figures to 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash, and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy.
Welcome back to a new episode of Leading Ladies, a podcast that helps women lead differently. And today's guest is Christine Trimpe. Christine, I'm so appreciative to have you here today and to have this conversation about how you help women lead differently. So let's kick it off by starting with, what do you define as leadership?
Karen, thank you so much for having me, first of all. So leadership, I never would have anticipated that I would be called into a leadership role at the age of 50 after working in corporate America for so long as an accountant, kind of just working by myself for very many years. But as I went through my own personal transformation story, I began to recognize that I was being called into a leadership role to help women step up and step out into their full potential. And as a health and wellness coach, of course, I'm passionate about them getting healthy. And it wasn't until I got healthy that I was able to recognize this in my own life. But I love to think of leadership as being lit. Like, my catch with being a leader is leadership in transformation. And that's what I'm about. Is I love to challenge women to step up and step out into something more, a deeper calling in their life. And for me personally, I began by quitting the rat race of trying to do all the things and focusing in on what a true transformation in a story could look like. And that's why I'm very passionate about leading women into their own transformation stories.
I love that you said that, because I agree. I think leadership starts with leading ourselves.
Yes.
Because if you can't lead yourself into discipline, into a new mindset, into a healthy place,
right, and
lead from a healthy place, a whole place, how are you really going to lead and impact others?
Exactly. Yes. And it's something that I had to learn myself and recognize, like, the characteristics that I believe that God knit in me innately. I've always been very organized, tenacious, resilient, all of those things. But until I was called out of this, I just call it just a routine job. I loved my accountancy career. I really, truly, I never thought I would leave it. I love numbers, but I love leading even more.
So talk about the difference between managing and leading. How do you see those two differently, especially for women?
Yes, managing is something in hindsight that I did for many years, 30 years to be exact, just trying to manage my day to day. And leadership, I discovered that it really is a lot about the habitual training, that the new habits that we can adopt, that we can implement, growth, knowledge, wisdom, gaining all of that, and then being able to turn around and pass that baton onto the women that are coming up behind you. that's really truly a passion of mine, is to inspire women to see that they can be capable of more. They could be called into more. They could be called into a different role, a different season. And we go through different seasons of life, right? As well. And again, I loved my corporate career. I never expected to be a leader in transformation, but I just see so much excitement when I have the opportunity to pass along these different tips and tools and tactics and habit changes, all of the things in life that have changed my life. And my secret passion is to see women step up and step into their calling as well.
Yeah, I love that and that's what I believe is the difference from what I've seen and experienced. Managing, you're basically navigating the directives of other people. You're kind of implementing, like someone says, you need to have your team go do this. So you're managing that task or that project. Whereas leaders, you're actually coming up with the directives. You're from your place, leading them by example with your knowledge, your experience. So it's like now I'm taking it from internally and sharing it with you, where managing, I'm taking it externally and then imparting it and just kind of navigating it. That's kind of how I see the two differences, or from my experience. So in that example, to be a leader or to lead others, really you have to have the energy yourself to share. You have to have the physical wellness and wholeness. And I know that that's something that you really focus on, is helping women lead from that healthy and whole place.
Yeah.
Spiritually, mentally, physically.
Yeah.
And I'll share your website. So I know that this is where people can connect with you, and you have some really special things that you do for women when they connect with you. So can we talk a little bit about that as we kind of get into this last third of our podcast? Because the time goes so quickly. I don't want to get to the end and people not understand what it is you do and how you help.
Yes. So my personal transformation story, where I learned a lot about leadership skills, was a total transformation in my health, my physical health, my emotional health, my spiritual health. Really, I was at a place in my life where I was physically very unwell. I was 100 pounds overweight. I just wanted to crawl back into bed at the end of every day. And that was no way to live. Like hitting the snooze and dreading having to head off to my corporate job. That was it was exhausting. Every day I was exhausted. So I went through this journey of healing body, mind, and spirit. And what that taught me, it really comes down to inspiration. I was inspired by other women that were going before me in their own health and wellness journey. And that was very motivating to me. So very basically, I love to inspire and motivate women and coach them to come out of this. For me, I was living a very unhealthy lifestyle. I actually am a recovering sugar and food addict. So that's, been a huge victory in my life, is to be able to be an overcomer in that. And I believe that when you overcome something significant like that, you have a tendency to grow a few skills that you never expected in your life to be.
Looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus? What I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free.
And resilience.
Yes. And I very simply love to say, it's right on the front of my website. Like, I love to help women do hard things. That's just a simple way to say it, but it really is my heart's passion. And I always say, Karen, that when we feel better, we serve better. And leaders, of course, when we feel better, we're going to lead better as well, too. So it's just being in that place, that space I never expected, but understanding, these innate abilities that we all have within us. Some of us may have buried them deep, but through a healing process, they can really, grow. blossom and be an amazing leader. And I love leading women out of this wilderness season of weight loss woes is what I call it. The weary weight loss woes.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to look any specific way, right? Like you don't have to be 100 pounds overweight, or you don't have to have an alcohol addiction to need to go through this transformation of mental discipline.
Oh, yes.
And to really take back ownership and control of your own life. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes we think recovery or health and healing looks like a certain thing. And it really is individual for each of us. It's very unique and bespoke. And I love that you meet women where they are so that they can lead themselves to do hard things and then lead others through those same steps, through those same journeys, those same paths. Yeah. So you have a really cool sugar-free media kit and all these things that you do to help women. So tell us a little bit about that really quick, and what is the best way for women to tap into learning how you lead so they can say, okay, yeah, that is for me. I need more of that.
I love that you said take ownership, because that's on the wall at my gym, and I see that almost every day. And that's exactly what I love to call women up to do, is to take ownership of their situation.
I just think if we don't own it, then we're always victims of it.
Yes.
And even if we truly aren't, we have convinced ourselves, that's the story we make up, that we are at the whim of the sugar, or at the whim of our addictions or our limitations or whatever it is. We are out of our power and submissive to something outside of ourselves.
Yeah.
And that is the weakest place and the least productive and the least beneficial place. You cannot make an impact if you are surrendering your power to everything else or anything else.
Right. Exactly. So again, ladies, the hard things. It's my secret passion when I coach women that they're going to turn around and do the exact same thing as I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I'm training them to go out and impact tens of hundreds of lives to get healthy and well. Right. So that's where I'm at with my passion. Mm-hmm. And so I coach women through a months long weight loss journey, and they can stick with me as long as they want as their coach. So just seeing the transformation stories, and then I encourage them to go out and do the exact same thing, replicate what I've just done. You are stepping and walking in freedom now. So go out and help others change lives as well too. So it's like a so on and so on and so on process.
The gift that it just keeps on giving.
Yes. And that's what fills my heart. Yeah. That's how they can connect with me, through my website that you shared, the website link. I have a coaching program, like I mentioned. I'm also an author. My next book is coming out in January. It's called Sugar Freed: Stop Losing the Weight Loss Battle, Start Gaining the Victory. And I'm also a speaker. If you would like to invite me to speak to your women's events, I'd love to come and serve your women.
So did I get the name right on the book?
Yeah, it's all one. I made it up. It's all one word. Sugar Freed.
Sugar Freed. Oh, okay. So let's edit that. I love that you have made up your own word, because when we see things that you're like, okay, why isn't that a word already? Like, shouldn't that already be in the dictionary? Mm-hmm. Like we talk about Google now, like Google is literally, it's a verb, it's a noun, it's,
right.
Right. There's just certain things that should be. But for people to get in touch with you, they can go to the ChristineTrimpe.com, and it's spelled Trimpe, like Trimpe with an E, but it's pronounced Trimpe. And then you have this amazing guide, CrushCravingsGuide.com.
Yes.
And then you have a book coming out shortly after this episode will air in the new year called Sugar Freed.
Yeah.
And so many ways that they can learn from you, identify that you are someone that can help them through this next, I call it an evolution, because when we level up, we really do evolve and become this next level version of ourselves. So
Yeah.
thank you for how you are serving, for how you're helping people. And as we wrap up this episode, what is one final tidbit or words of wisdom that you would love to share with women who lead?
I would say to expect the unexpected. When you step into what God created me to be, when you step into that and you pursue it wholeheartedly, expected, you never know how your story is going to impact the lives of others.
So true. And when you can detach yourself from the expectations looking a certain way, or the ending or the goal looking a certain way, I think that is when you can truly be free to step into the true calling. And I love that. So great advice. Thank you so much for being on the show with us. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and helping other women lead from just such a whole and healthy place. And we will see you guys on the next episode of Leading Ladies.
Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win.
Thanks for listening to the Leading Ladies podcast with Karen Gray. Please leave your feedback and visit strategicadvisorboard.com to get the latest and greatest best business advice on the planet. Follow us on social media for updates, and we'll see you on the next episode.
There it is. Magnum.